Hey everybody, Scott PDX. Today is Friday, July 21st, 2023. I'm out in the woods again, but I got a different mode of transportation this time. Got a Jeep. Scott PDX. Today is Friday, July 21st. I'm in my Jeep this time, heading over to Prineville for a little rigs and coffee event, and then a little overnight camping out there as well. Working on the Jeep, trying to get it set up as a kind of an overlanding vehicle. I still got the Sprinter van and I love it, but I got rid of the little NV200 van because I didn't really need two vans. And I missed not having a four-wheel drive, so I got a Jeep. I want to keep everything pretty stock under the hood. The Rubicon trim is pretty capable off-road, and looking forward to getting out there this weekend and using it. Taken it off-road a number of times already, and done some fun little overland type things for it. I'm not going to do, you know, crawling in Tillamook Forest type of stuff, but it's more of an overland vehicle for me. But you know, it's nice to have the four-wheel drive and lockers in the off-season too, so it'll extend my when I can go out. You know, the Sprinter van's way more comfortable to camp in, and I did camp in it a couple weekends ago. But the Jeep is going to allow me to go places that I can't take the Sprinter van. So, you know, a trip where I'm going to sit one place for more than a day. I'll be in the Sprinter. Overlanding trip where I'm going from place to place in the back country will be in the Jeep, with a little bit of overlap between those two, I'm sure. So this little trip, I'm going to go visit a friend of mine that lives in Prineville. He's going to go with me, and then in the morning we're going to go to this Rigs and Coffee event with Casey from Coyote Works. And then after that, I think he's going to lead a little ride into Ochoco's, and we'll see how that goes. And Gary and I might go out and kind of explore on our own if it's the pace doesn't work for us. So we'll just figure it out. Blah, 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 blah. But anyways, I'm still alive, still kicking, and I'm out here exploring right now, so might as well bring you along. So hope you enjoy the video, and we'll talk to you later. So what you're seeing here is a Jeep JL 2018 Wrangler Rubicon trim level. So you can tell it's a JL because it's got these marker lights instead of the little round marker lights. I started that in 2018. Everything else is different on it than a JK as well. I drove them both back to back, and I kind of like the JL the way it drove a little bit better. But you know, the mileage and the price were what I wanted, and the trim level, I definitely wanted a Rubicon. The green was kind of a bonus to me. I was ready to go with the boring colors that all cars are, but when this green one popped up with the mileage, it works great. It's got the 2-liter e-torque motor. You know, jury's out on that. I mean, I love the motor so far, and I'm not reading a lot of bad things about it, so I'm happy with it. So I've added rooftop tent. This is a CVT Cascade vehicle tents used to be out of Bend, but they've been bought by some big conglomerate. It's the Mount Hood model pop-up tent. I just pulled over for rest area, so I'm not going to take the time to pop it up tonight, but they had a special when I bought it, so I bought one of those bathroom things, which I thought was going to be stupid, but I've already used it a couple of times, so it's not so bad. Then I added a 270 degree awning. It's the more basic one. It's not the one that also flips out this way. I wanted something simpler. I noticed those were a little bit of a pain, and I've determined if it's not easy to set up, it doesn't get set up. This one's freestanding also, but it's a little lightweight, but we'll see how it works. It's got a warranty from Ironman. A lot of people say good things about it. It's my first big Ironman purchase. It was very economical. We'll do a review on it once I get it going. Delta X-Wing X71, I think it is. XTR71 maybe. The vehicle itself, I like it. So we're going to get in there and head on down the road. Got to make it to Prineville. I'm on a time schedule. This is something all states should have here. It's a DIY weight station. So I always like to weigh my vehicles and see how they're doing. Probably doesn't show up, but right up here there's a little scale that I can see. So my front axle, I kind of keep track of this. Decided to go through Maupin instead of Warm Springs, mostly because there was a big detour sign in the middle of the road that said I had no choice. And that was the only detour sign I saw. Pretty good. It's plenty peppy, and it seems pretty quiet right now. Not bad at all. And there's a little bit of wander in the steering wheel, but not too bad. It's got those big tires on it, and I expect a little bit. It's not a sports car. It's fun to drive and does a pretty good job. I do miss not having the adaptive cruise control. I've got just regular cruise control, and that's good enough. But the steering makes you want to kind of pay attention to what's going on anyways. So head on down the road. Had a nice sleep at my friend's house last night. It's warming up already out here in Prineville. Just kind of doing some morning chores. Got most everything cleaned out already, but let's just double check. Jackery up here. Just ignore the guy in the blue shirt. Just getting loaded up here, and we're gonna head over to the meetup spot. Saturday morning, spent the night at my friend Gary's house and in his driveway. Had a few beers before I went to bed and chatted with him outside. It was a wonderful evening. It's 8:30-ish right now, and I'm heading to the Rigs and Coffee event in Prineville. We'll see what that's all about. Never been to one of those events. I assume it's just a show and tell, drink a cup of coffee, visit with some overlanders. But my Coyote Works guy, Casey Kaiser, is going to lead a trail ride up in the Ochoco somewhere. But, we'll go do that and check it out for a little while. If it's, don't know how many people, if it's too big of a group and too dusty and all that, then Gary and I will go kind of do our own thing and explore around a little bit and spend the night out in the woods someplace and then head back to town tomorrow. So just kind of enjoying waking up in a different part of the country. It's awful fun.
Huh? No, I fell down in my garage.
So it'll be great.
I left my shoulder out.
Do not go past the turn until the person behind you catches up.
Coyote Works Jeep. Rest of the crew up there.
You got snacks, Shane? I've got snacks. Service with a smile, right? I was about ready to say I hope it was this one, but that was so my dad and I, when we would go out. You got everyone?
I don't know. You know, I think you're right to give them just a minute to get started.
Yeah,
you know?
I wasn't sure how long everybody else was taking.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Okay, we're DNR. We're all heading your direction.
I'm actually hearing a lot of radio back and forth about, you know, keeping people together, and these guys seem pretty organized about trying to keep it a tight group and keep moving. Hey Gary, did you see the little pond over here? Nice little swimming hole there. A couple little mining cabins up there. So there's this nice little spring here, or a little pond. And I noticed that there's a little channel dug up here. But over here there's actually a little water source. But even more amazing, when I reach into the water source, there's a couple of cold beers. This is some cold water too.
Negative.
Some of these Jeeps are looking kind of funny. What's going on with that Jeep? Bought by Nissan. Alright, so it's Saturday and I just left Coyote Works' little crew there. He took a nice little tour of the Ochoco Mountains and we saw some interesting sights. It was honestly way better than I thought it would be. With that many rigs, sometimes it's hard to keep everybody on the same path, but this group was pretty good. They had good radio control and good communication back and forth of what's going on, and that's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for doing that. And it was an interesting little route that he had, so I'm glad I came over and did it. It's kind of hot up here though, and it's still pretty early in the day. It's the heat of the day, so it's too early to set up camp here. So I talked to my friend Gary here, who's with me, and we're going to head on down towards Antelope Flat Reservoir. Maybe try to camp out there or go into the Maury Mountains if we need to. We can get high up in the Maury Mountains so we can get out some of this heat. So anyways, thanks again Coyote Works for doing this little rigs and coffee and little trail run. It was a lot of fun. So heading on down the road now. It's a beautiful section of forest up here in the Maoris. Out there. Hopefully we can work our way over to Antelope Reservoir. All right, so here's where we ended up. Is it what is it? Antelope Flat? Antelope Flat?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right, but we'll call it Antelope Flat Reservoir, just south of the Maury Mountains, south of 26, south of the Ochocos. Nice little campground. It's not right on the lake though. The campground's mostly up this little hill. There's a loop up there, but the lake's way down here. Beautiful though. Good morning, Sunday morning. Got into Anthony Lakes last night about, no, not Anthony Lakes, Antelope flat reservoir about 7 o'clock last night, and a few campsites open up here. There's a few people up here. We're pretty remote from pretty much everything up here, but there's always a few people that work their way into places. And boy, it's already warming up. It's probably close to 70 right now, but it was down in the 50s, low 50s last night. It gets nice and cool up here. So we had a good night's sleep, had a bite to eat, and I hear Gary back there packing his rig up. Gary's already packed up his rig. Let's see how my fridge is doing. Let's see. Fridge is still set to 84% power, so that's not bad for running overnight. Slept pretty good in the rooftop tent. I am at a little bit of an angle here, and so I did have a slight feeling of rolling off the thing all night long. Looks like I got a new scratch on the rooftop tent, but I don't see that very much. Decided to stop at Prineville Reservoir and check it out. It's a beautiful day. There's a boat out there on the water. What is this called? It's called Juniper Bass. Gary's taking me on this route on the backside of Prineville I haven't tried before. It's got some interesting little things. It's only open part of the year. This road that Gary turned me onto has just been a great road. Great 4x4 road. I could see how all the talc that they have on here would really make it tough once it gets wet. But they've graded it, he says, so it's got lots of ups and downs that if you had a little clearance and it was dry, an all-wheel drive and get up here just fine. Maybe not a minivan. I don't know. It's a fun road though. And all along here off to the side, if I can show down there, is the lake, Prineville Reservoir. Past a number of gates. They've all been open right now. I think this is closed in the winter just due to the, they don't want to get this road all torn up when it's wet. So here's the sign. Winter through spring it's closed, but summer it's open. So everybody get out there and enjoy that road. That was a nice road. Alright, now where'd Gary go? So this Prineville State Park is pretty nice actually. It's very clean. It's the boat ramp and day use area back there is quite nice. This is the reason why we didn't go swimming at Prineville Reservoir. That water, I mean, it's deceiving. It looks nice, but boy, you zoom in on it, and throughout the whole water column, everywhere we've looked, has been full of this algae as deep as you can see. It's just disgusting. There is a landlubber. He don't like this dock. Keep your mouth closed, buddy. You'll be fine. So this was a bit of a fun little adventure. You know, I checked out a little run with some other Jeepers. Did some exploring up in a new area I haven't been to much before, and had another nice camp out in the woods last night. So and then had some fun roads all around. So had a good weekend. So now I'm heading back into Prineville, and from there I'm going to I think I'm going to take the scenic route and go through Detroit. Comes into Salem. I live in southwest Portland. It's a little longer that way, but it's more naturey to me and a little bit more relaxed, tiny bit. I'm going to end the video here as I'm heading into Prineville, and thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and to my longtime subscribers, thanks for hanging in there. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later. Scott PDX out.